Hey, it's Tree from Tree Essentials, and today we are going to talk about how you can ignite a new opportunity to enhance your wellness over your whole dimensions of your lifestyle, mind, body, and spirit. And yes, I am talking about your occupational, social, emotional, spiritual, financial, and environmental. And we can do this all in the luxuries of where we're at. And first, let's dive in and note that Creator is going to be the number one key aspect to this overall change. And that's because in the Bible, in the Word, Creator is Jesus, is interested in every part and bit and facet of your life. So before we even dive into about hair or about just any other areas, you got to really think about the fact that you are not alone. You're never alone, even when it feels super, super lonely. And I'm reminding myself as I speak to you on this video because sometimes it does feel lonely. And that's because we are not looking at perspective that Holy Spirit is within us and that we need to be not transformed by this world, but be conformed by this world, but be transformed by the renewing of our mind. And so when we renew our mind and know that Holy Spirit is within us, then we can immediately note that you have everything you need within, and the things and answers you have to let perspective be brought to you in the forefront. So asking for wisdom, that is really the game changer, because once you get the wisdom, then you are not to perish if you apply those different spaces in your necessities. Now, what does this have to do overall with hair growth? And that is the fact that your hair is the very last thing to grow on your body. That, long nails, glowing skin. So these things are really not real necessary things. Our organs, our core needs to be facilitated the most. So making sure you're getting your water, making sure you're getting a good night's sleep, taking naps if you're not able to sleep throughout the day fully, and truly acknowledging the fact that you need to honor your body. You are not a computer. Even computers have malfunctions when you keep them on for too long and you don't update them. So replacing the negative things and putting in positive is going to be the habit changer and breaker. You cannot leave things out after you've been doing habits for so long. It does say in the Bible that you'll clean the house, and if you don't protect and cover it, then 7 more spirits will come back to that empty place to refill it up. So with that, these habits that we have and need to transform and renew too, they need to be brought in the forefront of something positive. This is healthy behavior changes. Now, people are always hearing 21 days makes a habit, 21 days, but 60 are kind of the way to facilitate and sustain that habit fully. So subconsciously, you can start this routine, but then of course things are going to try and get in the way. So for example, you're going to the gym, you're doing your thing, and then the machine you like to get on breaks suddenly. Or if you take your shower at the gym because you're on your way to work and then the water's getting cold, so you'll be like, well, do I go to the gym before I go to work? Do I keep doing this same exercise? First, it won't be broke forever, and thirdly, just don't take a shower in that one spot. Or if your food choices, okay, I didn't have the best today, but I can prepare and make sure that I make something new and nourish by meal prepping. Things like that will really start shifting your dynamics in every area and facet of life, and getting your whole foods in, getting your water, getting your rest, and making sure you're living with positive situations and habits is really going to help honor your hair growth journey. And when I'm saying your wellness and all dimensions, so if you're at a job and it's really toxic, I do not recommend staying. I know we have all this poured into for that amount of time. Well, if you have to be there for the moment, of course, but start making plans on how to get out and break out of that way. That is not fulfilling your hair growth journey to the most optimal place that it could be, because you're having a urge every day. It's draining. There's coworkers, there's staff, there's administration, then there's other areas and tidbits that you don't enjoy. Like, start finding a way to get out of that cycle, because that is not gonna be the way that you are gonna get to your best self. You have to become better by renewing and letting go of things. So for me, I have let go of my teaching role. I've been teaching for the past 6 years or so. And yes, I'm in a transition actually. And do I regret it? I really don't. I know I'm not per se where I want to be all the way, but my peace of mind has been renewed back, where it's just like, that can't be taken. Like, I refuse to be disrespected, abused, having my pay messed with because you choose to, and things like that. That is not the lifestyle of Christ. Christ definitely says in the Bible that whatever their wages are to be paid, they earn them. And I, in teaching, see that as a discipleship, because I love to teach and things like that. So I've been pouring my energy more so into this, to be able to teach and show people how to heal and do wellness. I was a health and science teacher, and as well like social studies. So I love looking from the different perspectives of human nature and bringing healing. So with all that being said, this is a new route for me to be able to do that. And I feel with joy every time I do this, even though I'm not right where I want to be at the moment. It will pay off in the long run. And I forgive my younger self too for feeling like I had to endure things. And with that, that is your emotional, spiritual, and social parts being met right there too. Because if you do not forgive yourself for anything and forgive others, you got to do both, because Creator will not bless things until you do both. And so you got to start letting go of those things that do not love or service your highest good. You'll start noticing that strongholds can be built in the body and start holding grudges, bitterness. Really is bad. It's not a good spot to be at. It ages your face, it ages your body, it brings on disease and things like that. And I'm not trying to look old for nobody. I'm just saying, and I know you don't want to either. And you want your hair to prosper. Your hair is a sensor of your environment, including the environment within, because your hair is growing from within. So when you are able to pour into your reverence and your cup and fill yourself up with the positive beauties of life, then you are actually going to start looking younger. You're going to start glowing. This sun is confirming too that this is what it is. And like, you start feeling light, like real light in your body, light in your mindset, and nothing can really get you down. And once you start forgiving yourself too, oh my goodness, like, you feel like a brand new woman or man. I don't know who you are right now, but I know, and I'm telling you that it proves worthy. Because who wants to hold hurt and hate and bitterness and turmoil from other people? Like, they do not deserve the room in your mind to keep that going. And rebuke that energy that tries to keep you stuck in having to deal with that, and let go. Again, make it a ceremony. Write down, burn things out, fill it with love and light. Like, never try to hurt anyone in your process of your forgiveness for yourself and or others, because God does not kill anybody. He went on a cross for everyone, literally every single person. So with all of that being said, I want you to note that you are worthy. You are worthy of having that job that you like, living the best life. My best life, traveling. I love to travel. I felt like I was a gypsy back in the old days, and a fine gypsy that did her thing and loved and went around and spread light, like, you get love, you get love, you get love. And I don't have to be a gypsy now, but if you want to travel and learn from the world, then do that. If you want to make your best business place, then do that. If you want to be the best CEO, boss lady, then do that. And all of that fits into your occupational and financial needs right there, because when you are loving what you do, God says it is a gift from God to enjoy the works of your hand. That's why I'm repeating more and more times again, do not do work that you do not enjoy. But if you do have to at that moment, learn the skill that you're there for and call it a day. My other thing I wanted to talk about with transforming and being new is your environment. Like, fill your space up with love and light. Put beautiful pictures. If you don't have money to get pictures, draw some beautiful pictures. If you don't know how to draw, trace on the computer. Don't have an excuse on why it can't look cute now, because you can make your space beautiful. And I highly recommend it. Makes you want to be there, and it allows you to bloom where you are planted. You have to bloom where you are planted so that you can get more. That is the aspect of gratitude attitude, and as well the arigato in, arigato out, like thanking every time you let money in and letting it out. It circulates. It is not gone. It's just being used in a new pattern and format. So with all of that being said, I need you to note that you are like beautiful, and you are deserving of living your best life, having the hair growth you desire. I am a health educator and as well an advanced natural hair consultant. So I can help you on your change and journey. And I'm over here doing my breathing thing like, whoo, I can help you with that. I can get you where you need to go with these parts. Book a consultation with me. I love doing things like this. It really is, I believe, part of the reason why I am here to be birthed on this earth. Every time I look back and see when I was in my most exuberant self, it was doing things like this, truly and honestly. And so with that being said, I have a whole bunch of webinars that are happening soon this month that you can chime into, so you can get more information on this cultural immersive experience on your hair growth journey and your self-care needs as well. And just love yourself and enjoy the fruits. Like, every time you're doing, even if it's something you don't per se want to do, reward yourself when you complete things that you need to do and things like that. It really is letting Creator know that you have gratitude in all facets of your life. And last but not least, on the emotion aspect, cry and let out the hurt. Do not bottle your stuff in. Do not suppress it. If there's something that you've been holding on to and don't know how to let go, you need to let it go. Like, let it cry and be okay with that. But then don't stay there. Remember, emotions are energy in motion, so it flows and it goes. When you start holding on to it, like I said before, that is something that is not really necessary for the body to hold on to your trauma like that, and it doesn't want to. So you love yourself where you're at and acknowledge that you are worthy and beautiful, and you deserve the absolute best. Remember that God said we are a masterpiece and that we were formed in with our he's the potter and we are the clay, and he made us out of the dust and breathed into our nostrils. So breath and getting outside in nature is really going to soothe all of this issues that are happening in our bodies. A lot of times we're stuck indoors, having to work, having to do the everyday grind. You need to get outside, take a fresh breath of air, hug a tree. I said it, hug a tree. Make the tree, make sure it's a good tree. Don't be hugging on certain type of trees now. But make sure that you love yourself, okay? Like, you are worthy of this beauties of life. There is beauty in everything. But I was also told one day, I was at the phone store in where I live, and I was going to go pay my bills, and I saw a tree and I heard the birds chirping, and I was like, the birds sound so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I told the man who was working, the Arabian man or Israeli, I'm sorry, I don't know where he's from. He's one of those two from his ethnicity, and he was like, yeah, they're beautiful sounds, but they poop. And I was like, wow. And he said everything that is beautiful has a ugly side to it too. And it's really true. There's nothing in life that is perfect. We are not in heaven with the glory of God. We are making heaven on earth. And earth is not our home. It's a temporary space. So elevate yourself on your hair growth journey by noting that you are becoming your very, very better best self by embodying the gratitude and letting go of the parts that no longer serve with love and light. Period. That's all it is. And as I talk to you, I remind myself about this as well, because you are so absolutely worthy of being your very better best self. And I am, again, Tree from Tree Essentials. We have the ability to plant seeds, inspire others, and aspire change. And we are restoring our tree to grow, essentially. And our tree is our hair. We are like a plant. And with that being said, you have a great day and or night, whichever time you are watching this. And I truly look forward to seeing and hearing from you all soon. Do not forget that you can chime in on my community membership that is free, the Growing Hands Circle. And last but not least, book a consultation. Let's get you ready and ramped up for this year. And again, click the link as well for these free webinars where I will be working with you hands on as well. So have a great day and or night, and I look forward to seeing you soon. All right, bye.